Why, hello there, everybody. It's me, Jordan of the Fear Raiser, and I'd like to welcome you back to another story video where I'm going to be telling you guys another work story. Now, if you didn't know, I've worked many jobs in my life. I've worked about 7. Some may question if that's even a lot, because there's a lot of people who I'm sure have worked a lot more jobs, but still, nonetheless, it is quite a bit of jobs that I've worked in the span of, I want to say, like 3 to 4 years. So, yeah, I'm gonna get into this story, but before I do, I just figured I would say if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, you should totally subscribe. We're currently on a road, we're on a mission to 1 million subscribers, so it would be totally awesome if you could join me on that mission, on that path to the big 1 mil, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And if you are already a subscriber, then you know I love you already, and you should totally leave a like. And yeah, that's really it, guys. Also, don't forget to click that bell next to the subscriber button. YouTube's been weird, and if you guys want to make sure that you see my videos all the time, rather than never see me again after watching this video, be sure to do so. Okay, now with that being said, let's finally get into this story. So guys, again, back to what I was saying, I've worked many jobs, and this was probably, at the time, my 5th or 6th job. And during this time, I remembered I had a bit of a break from my job before the job I'm about to talk about. I was out of a job. I didn't have a job for about 6 months. I was still in high school. I believe I was in grade 12. And, well, I needed that cash, okay? I needed them greenbacks, you know what I mean? You know, being in grade 12 and being broke is not fun. It's not fun, and, you know, I had a car and a girlfriend, and, you know, I just wanted to do things. I had friends. No, I didn't. I didn't have any friends. But I had a car, and I had to pay money for that. So, yeah, I needed money. You get the point. So I was looking for a job, okay, and I was at this point where, you know, I just didn't care where I worked. Usually, I'm pretty picky. You know, at the time, I thought that I had a good bit of knowledge between retail and fast food, and I knew I didn't want to work fast food because I had done so quite often. So, you know, I was looking for more of a more hands-on kind of job, moving away from the fast food and working in some form of retail. So then one day, my father had proposed to me that I apply at a store that was, you know, out in town, that had to do with construction. Now, if you didn't know, and actually no, none of you would know this, my dad's really big into construction. He knows how to build, okay? You want something made? He will make it. That's just how great he is in terms of construction. And I'm not really that guy. I'm not super big into construction. I don't really know a whole lot. I barely know what a 2x4 is, okay? So, you get it. I'm not a big guy in construction, and nor do I really care. I probably should care, but yeah. Anyways, at the time, I didn't really have any knowledge, but I said, screw it, why not? I need money because I'm super poor, and, you know, my parents kind of want me to get a job, and I just said, screw it. I'm going to put a resume in here. So I put a resume in there, and I waited. And about a week later, okay, I got a call. Wait, did I even explain what place oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm so tired. Let me just rewind a bit. I applied at a construction job. I think I clarified this. Anyways, going back. So I waited a week, and I got a call. They're like, yo, is your name Jordan? I was about to say my last name. You know, it doesn't even matter. Is your name Jordan? And I'm like, yeah? No, like, oh, okay, could you come in, for a math examination test interview? And I'm just like, okay. And I drove to this store. So, just to explain what they wanted me to do by this math examination thing, was before I could get interviewed, I was required to do a math test. I'm sorry, by the way, I'm really tired. But I was required to do a math test. And, yeah, so I I went to this thing, and I went to the back of the store. This was a big construction building, by the way. Like, this is a chain building from where I'm from. Very well known there, anyways. You wouldn't know what it is, but regardless, pretty big company, and they had an upstairs lounge where I sat in there, and it was weird. It was like a classroom in this construction building, and me and a few other people did this test. Now, to explain what this test was, it was math. Was it basic math? Sort of. But I'm not here to talk to you guys about math, okay? But anyways, I did this test. I passed it in. It was alright. Like, it wasn't that hard. And I waited again for about another week. So then I get a call, alright? I get a call, and they're like, hey, we'd like to get you in on an interview. So I'm pretty happy. I'm like, okay, this might be actually happening. So I come into the building. I look for an employee to direct me into, like, wherever the hell I have to go. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. So before the interview, we need you to do a P test. I'm just like, what? What do you mean? You want me, what? You want me to do a P test? And they were dead serious. They wanted me to do a P test to make sure I wasn't on any of them drugs or anything. I don't know. They just wanted to make sure I wasn't involved in drugs or anything. And I'm just like, okay, I've never been asked for a P test to work part-time at a construction job. At a construction store. This wasn't like a construction job. This was just me being an employee at a construction store, directing people on where the paint department is and where you can find the nicest lawnmowers, okay? That was the job. I wasn't out building houses. So they wanted this. They wanted a P test from this. So I'm just like, right, okay, so I don't have to go, which made things really awkward. And they're just like, well, here you go, have a glass of water. I'm just like, okay. So, anyways, that was uncomfortable, and I was already not in the mood for what was going on. I did the P test, and I just felt so weird. I just felt so uncomfortable. Like, this did not seem like the type of job to be doing. That'd be like if you were to apply at a McDonald's or at, like, any really low-grade job, and they ask you for a P test. Like, does that not sound really ridiculous? Anyways, so that's out of the way, and I'm finally here for the interview. So I go into this office, okay, and I'm talking to the manager of the store. And needless to say, this woman was very intimidating. She gave me this glare, like she was testing me before she even spoke to me. And it was intimidating, I will not lie. Sweat was running down my face immediately. It was almost like she had some sort of, like, crazy hockey powers. That was a One Piece reference. But anyways, so I sit down, and the interview begins. She starts asking me normal questions, then starts asking me kind of hard questions. And I was just kind of going with the flow. Admittingly, I kind of tripped over myself a few times. But if you've ever been to an interview, let's be honest, we've all been there, right? They ask you the weirdest questions. So it got to the point, right, where I was really confused with what this lady was this lady was testing me on, because she seemed nice, and then she was just strict again, nice, strict, and I'm just like, wow, okay, you know what? I just don't even like you now. So this was the kicker, okay, to make this potential job opportunity just the greatest in terms of the whole interview process. So she was looking through the math test that I did, right? So this wasn't a complete math test. Like, this wasn't just an entire math test. There were a few questions on the back after the math test. And so she was reading through them, asking me these questions. Now, there was one question on this test, okay, that she questioned me on. And looking back, I don't even know how I feel. Do I regret what I said? No, not really. But essentially what this question had asked was, if you were to work with us, how long would you stay and work with us at this job? And one answer was under 5 months or 6 months. The next answer was, I believe, 6 to 11 months. And then the last answer is 1 to 2 years. I circled the 6 to 11 months. Why? Because apparently I'm an idiot and I'm supposed to lie. What I really mean is, because I hadn't circled the 1 to 2 years to show that my undying commitment, even though that's complete bull, I got called out about it. So what she said was, she was like, your math test was good. I was looking through the questions and everything. She's like, there was one question I had for you. And I was like, okay. And she's like, one of the questions asked how long you would stay with us for. And you circled 6 to 11 months. Do you mind explaining to me why? Why you would say that? And I really, this annoyed me so much. This really pissed me off. And again, really kind of taught me a lesson that applying at a job requires you to lie to get on their good side. But let me get into what I said. So I looked at her and I was like, well, because I'm a student, yes, I'm a student, and because, I've got, oh God, I can't even remember what I said. I just said, because I pretty much to sum it up, I told her that I was being truthful. I was like, I'm a student, I have a lot going on in my life, and working 6 to 11 months with you guys is probably the most truthful statement I can give you, rather than saying, 1 to 2 years and lying, or 5 months and below. This was the first time I was ever caught in this situation, and I told her the truth. I didn't want to lie to her. And apparently that was not the answer she wanted to hear, because I told her this, and she literally just goes, oh?